Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name's Coach Martin Gooden, and welcome to another episode, which is episode 2 of the Martin Gooden High Performance Podcast. And today I have a very special guest. Okay, not only is Kelvin a former professional footballer, and he was a professional footballer for 14 years, he's also family. Okay, which I'm very proud of having him in the family, and he is in the family. And today we're gonna go through some of the amazing stories. Okay, what Kelvin's gonna shine the light on, and also Kelvin's gonna share some of the things what he feels. Okay, will help others and inspire others out there, motivate others out there to also try and be better versions of themselves. Kelvin, good morning. How are you?
Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Martin. I'm good, thanks. I'm really good.
How's your day been so far?
It's been good. I've just rushed back from the gym to do this for you guys. So,
Much appreciated. Much appreciated. So, Kelvin, you was a professional footballer for 14 years.
Yeah. So 14 years, for some big clubs, and there's some great experiences.
Yeah. So, what clubs did you actually play for professionally?
Well, I started at Notts County. Started there as a kid.
Yeah.
Came through the youth system. Made my debut when I was 17, and they sold me on to Preston North End.
Yeah.
Billy Davis brought me, but he didn't stay long.
Right.
He left.
Okay.
New manager came in, didn't really see eye to eye.
Right.
And then I was only there for 16 months. And then I was meant to sign for Leeds United.
Oh, Leeds United. Okay.
So I went to meet Dennis Wise and
Yeah.
just Poyet. Agreed a contract. And then I was driving back to Nottingham for the weekend to then start on the Monday and sign.
Yeah.
But on my way back to Nottingham, I got a phone call from Colin Corderwood. And he said, "Are you signing for Leeds?" And I was like, "Yeah." So he was like, "We'll match what they're offering you.
Yeah.
Do you want to come to Forest?" So it was a no-brainer. I'm a Forest fan.
Yeah.
Coming back home. So I ended up signing for Forest. But Dennis Wise wasn't happy. Must have had about 10 missed calls off him.
Yeah.
Voicemails. Absolutely going crazy. But that's football for you, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So when you before you turned professional, Kelvin, can you give me an insight into how it started for you in your childhood with your football? Locally, who did you play for? Before you got picked up by Notts County, and what was the process when you was an apprentice at Notts County before you signed your first professional forms? And actually, what was it like to actually know that, wow, I'm actually a professional, I'm getting paid for something what I enjoy? Because surely when you first sign that pro form, it must be one of the greatest feelings, to know that you're going to be actually getting paid for something what you enjoy doing.
Yeah, definitely. It started when I was a kid. Obviously, I was about 9 or 10.
Yeah.
But I was into karate and judo and things like this. With my friend Sean Allen.
Yeah.
But all my friends like to play football. So I joined in.
Yeah.
I was just naturally good at football without blowing my own trumpet, And then I played for a team called Pheasant Colts.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
From under 11s to under 13s.
Yeah.
But I played for Nottingham City Boys as well. They scouted me from school. And then Notts County scouted me from City Boys at the age of 13.
Oh, 13, okay.
And I was meant to be on trial for 6 weeks. Well, I was on trial for 2 weeks and they signed me.
Yeah.
I went through the youth system. But when we was finding out if we was getting a scholarship,
yeah,
everyone got told, but wait another week because they wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure to give me one. But then they decided to give me one. And then I just hit the ground running when I was in full time. When I was under
Right.
16s, we had to, do jobs, clean the changing rooms, clean boots,
Yeah.
etc. And I just took to it like a duck to water, really.
Okay.
And one thing that I really did, what a lot of players didn't do, I wasn't the technically best in the team,
Yeah.
but I could take instructions really quick.
Right.
So if managers want me to do a certain role on the pitch, I could do it.
Right.
So managers trust me to play for them, and that's a big thing playing for a manager. They need to trust the players.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, and I started training with the first team, 17, and Gary Mills gave my debut.
Gary Mills,
right back.
Gary
Yeah.
Mills. Good friend of mine. I used to train his wife Sue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he was more like getting your first actually appearance.
Yeah, he gave my debut against Brighton away.
Right.
We lost 1-0 and I scored an own goal.
Okay.
So it was a good
Debut, man.
And from then I just absolutely kicked on.
Yeah.
I remember there was every week in the papers I was linked with loads of different clubs because Notts County needs good money. They want to sell the young players. And they just sold Leon Best and Dave McGoldrick to Southampton.
Southampton, I remember that. Yeah.
So I think I was the next on the belt to go.
Yeah.
It come to January, and I had like 6 months left on my contract.
Yeah.
And I was only 19, but I wasn't signing a new contract because I knew all these clubs were interested.
Right. Okay.
And Notts County decided to cash in. And Preston was in the playoffs of the Championship. There was a really good side then.
Yeah.
And Billy Davis came down and watched me against Mansfield Town in a local derby. And then he signed me on the Monday.
Right. Okay. So
and that was
yeah. Sorry.
That was a massive eye-opener for me because I'd never lived away from home.
Right.
I was 19 years old, and I've only ever played for Notts County, so it was odd.
Yeah, you find it odd.
Really odd.
Right. Okay. What aspect of it did you find hard? Was it the fact that you was away from your loved ones, or was it a case of I had to be a man now and look after myself?
It was both. It was being away from home.
Yeah.
I'd never been away from home. And that Preston side was just full of experienced players.
Wow.
Graham Alexander, Callum Davison, Brian O'Neill, Danny Dichio.
Yeah.
These were all like 30-plus-year-old players.
Very experienced.
Really high standards.
Right. Okay.
I've gone from training with Notts County, no disrespect to them players, who was in League Two, to going to a top 3 Championship team at the time.
Yeah.
So I remember my first training session. The pace was just, it was ridiculous. I couldn't keep up. I was a bit out of my comfort zone here.
Yeah.
Well, I stuck with it. Billy Davis was harsh, but when you do well for Billy, it makes you feel like you're the best player in the world. When you don't do well for Billy, it makes you feel like you're the worst player in the world.
Right. Okay.
But his praise, it outweighs the not pulling you down, but the harshness.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to go back to something what you said earlier. Obviously in the training, when you was training with Preston and all these experienced guys, what you were just on about there, how much of that did you find hard because of the fact that you had to think for yourself? And you said generally you was a player once somebody gave you instructions, I want you to mark so-and-so, I want you to do this, I want you to do that, you know that you would do your job as instructed. How much of it was because you had to think on your own accord? And not that you don't know how to think on your own accord as a pro player, but as you said, some players will do that, some players will just say, get told by the manager, this is your job today, make sure you look after number 9, make sure number 9 don't score, follow him all over the pitch, make sure he don't score. You know what I mean? So how much of that was probably to do with that?
I think a little bit. I think when I hear a lot of players come from different countries,
yeah,
manager saying they need time to settle in. A lot of fans don't understand that.
Right.
Think, oh, you're getting paid X amount of money.
Yeah.
It should be okay.
Yeah.
But I only moved 2.5 hours up the road, and I had to settle in. So it's not just the football side that's on your mind.
Right.
You know, you've got to find somewhere to live.
Right.
You know, you've got to get used to the city. You go into training, you can't be late because you can get fined.
Right.
But you don't know your way. So you're thinking, right, there's so many things on your mind.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you want to come home, you're thinking, when am I next going to see my friends and family? So there's so much other than football on your mind.
Right. Okay. So, Kelvin, another question for you. Obviously, while being in playing youth football, okay, which person, okay, whether it be a coach or individual or family member, really inspired you to and gave you confidence and made you realize that, you know, I'm a good player, before you actually took that on board, that you know that you are a good player? Was there any person what really inspired you mentally as well, and how did they actually do that for you? You know, what things did they actually say to you to make you realize that, you know, I'm good, I'm a good player?
I think when I first started playing,
yeah,
I owe a lot to my it's my cousin on my mum's side. His name's Tony Gregory.
Okay.
Who was a great player. And me and his son was the same age.
Yeah.
Growing up, we used to play a lot with the men. You know, we'd be like 9, 10, 11, but we'd join in with the men. So a lot of credit goes to him.
Yeah.
But as for the sense of, I realised that I was a good player. I think my youth team coach was John Gunn.
Okay.
He was a great guy, very harsh guy. Very probably harsher than Billy Davis, to be fair. But I remember him he used to pull me to one side when I was 16, 17, and he would say stuff like, "You can go as far as you want in this game. You're that good. You know, you're quick. You can read the game. You can pass.
Yeah.
You can be whatever you want." And honestly, it makes you feel 10 feet tall. But then another coach as well, who took over from John Gunn towards the end of my youth team days, it was Gary Brazil.
Gary Brazil, yeah.
So he was brilliant for me.
Yeah.
He'd teach me more the technical side of the game.
Yeah.
You know, he was a brilliant coach. And he even helped me as a pro.
Okay.
So yeah, probably them two, I owe a lot to.
Yeah. So those two, obviously, as you say, gave you great confidence and had good things to make you progress and make you develop some self-belief. How much of it also is the fact that you needed to trust them and actually believe in their words, what they were saying? Because there's a lot of coaches to me say things, but they don't actually mean it, but they're just trying to get the best out of you. You know what I mean? How much of it was the fact that you needed to, you trusted them, you liked them, you believed in them as well?
That's massive.
Yeah.
As a young player, it's a massive thing.
Yeah.
Because I was a centre half.
Right.
And when I went in, they played me at right back.
Right.
And I was a bit like, this isn't my position. I'm a centre half. But I was probably 8 stone wet through. You know, I was a skinny boy.
Yeah.
Really tall.
Yeah.
But so quick. So they'd play me on the outright, up and down. And they would always say, you're going to end up in the middle. Centre half, but just be patient. We're going to fill you out, feed you right, do gym sessions.
Yeah.
And I believed in it. I trusted them. And then I remember making my first start at centre half. And I was nervous. I was playing against some big guys.
Right.
But I came through it and never looked back. That was it. Just centre half then.
Okay. Cool. So Kelvin, that first day, okay, take me back to that day when you was told or offered your first professional contract. How did it actually feel? And the reason why I say this, because I've seen the stats of how many lads actually go on to be professional footballers, and it's like, wow, many of them don't. So, you know, to know that you was one, okay, I think it was 250,000 out of 1 million or something like that. or even higher were actually going to play professional football. So to know that you're actually been offered a professional contract, how did it actually feel that day when you was offered a contract and you went into that room and, you know, you're signing those papers thinking it actually starts now?
To be fair, Martin, I think it was. I kind of missed that kind of feeling because I was playing in the first team when I was on my apprentice contract.
Yes.
So back then, keep you on your apprentice contract because they don't have to pay you much money.
Right.
So I remember my proudest moment was just seeing my name on the back of the shirt.
Wow.
And it was like, wow, I've made it. Yes.
Yeah.
And then by the time the offer of a pro contract came,
yeah,
it was like, oh, I thought I was already a pro. I played like 15 games in the first team already.
Wow.
So it wasn't really a massive buzz. You know, the buzz came months before.
Right.
Because I'd made my debut and played in the first team and stuff.
Right.
But clubs like Notts County, at the time, they would keep you on the apprenticeship contract because it was less money, and they didn't have to pay you, more money. So
right, okay.
So I kind of missed that kind of buzz of signing the papers.
Right, okay. So it was like kind of where most probably apprentices were always at this. When I say always at the sideline, it's a figure of speech. Watching, hoping for their day to come to sign that contract. You had already been in the first team, waiting to sign your pro contract.
Yeah,
so it's kind of the opposite way around.
So all my teammates, I remember, they came to a date like the end of April. They find out third year scholarship.
Yeah.
If they were getting pros.
Yeah.
None of them had played in the first team. I was the only one that had played in the first team like 15 times.
Right.
And I remember I was going into the changing rooms after training, and they was all nervous, like, oh, I don't think I'm going to get one. And I was just like, they was all like, oh, you're going to get one, Kel. You've played 15 games already.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of different for me, but all the boys I remember, it was just a nervous day. Tension was so high.
Right.
And no one, I think two of us got one. But then that other player didn't make an appearance.
Right, okay. So what other players was apprentices with you, maybe 2 years older or 3 years younger, what actually went on to do very well? I know you mentioned Dave McGoldrick and
Leon Best.
Leon Best. Was anybody else?
Sean Arad, he was a year older.
Yeah.
He went and played like lower league for Burton Albion and Bury and Northampton.
Yeah.
So he had an okay career. He was professional. Other than that, no, not really.
No, nobody else.
Shane McFall, an Irish boy.
Okay, never really.
He went on to play a little bit, and then he went to like Australia and America.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah, that's good. Because at one point, didn't Notts County get rid of their academy?
Yeah, it was a few years after I'd left though.
Okay.
They completely scrapped it. Yeah.
Do you know what reason that was for?
No, I don't know, but it was really strange.
Yeah.
Because they had made a hell of a lot of money from selling players. They'd sell Jermaine Pennant, Leon Best, Dave McGoldrick, me.
Yeah.
So it was strange that they scrapped it because it was obviously working.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that. That was a bit strange. That was. You know what I mean?
It would have come down to financial stuff. Yeah, they probably couldn't afford to run it anymore.
Okay. Right, Kel. So, being a professional footballer, I believe a lot of the, apart from the things that you're professional, you have to be very disciplined. I'm sure there would have been rituals what you probably would have had for yourself, where you know that I need to do this, and this to make sure that I'm performing daily in training and preparing myself for 90 minutes of football. So how important was it for you to make sure that your nutrition was on point, you know, the fact that you were doing your strength and conditioning, the fact that, you know, you were also mentally preparing yourself to be a better player. What kind of things did you actually implement in your day-to-day or in your rituals to help you sustain and maintain your standards, high standards?
I think as a young player, my first, because I had 2 spells at Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
As a young player, I didn't really have any. I was a bit of a rebel kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think as a young lad, you got away with a lot of stuff. Your body recovered quicker, etc.
Yeah.
But when I left Forest and went to Celtic, the first time I realised the saying, winning mentality.
Right.
You have to have a winning mentality.
Okay.
And when I say that, I mean that it was a club that you have to win every game. So to win every game, you have to feel right. You have to.
Yeah.
So what I started to learn was train hard every day. I had to sweat. I had to really train. Because if I was injured and the manager would say, just train Friday and play Saturday, I'd be rubbish.
Okay.
So it was a mental thing.
Yeah.
I had to physically get a sweat on and feel like I'd done something all week.
Okay. Okay.
But at Celtic, you would have a chef, you know, so after training every day, the meals were just on point.
Yeah.
The right things to eat. You had masseurs in the changing room.
Right.
We had a sauna and a steam room in the changing room.
Yeah.
You had about 10 ice baths. Just along. It was just a different setup.
Right. Okay.
So the preparation for the games, you know, traveling. You'd travel daily. You'd fly to a lot of places instead of going on the bus.
Okay.
So the more you went to higher levels like Champions League, you would see the shift of preparation.
Yeah.
Because there was more at stake.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then when I came back to Nottingham Forest, the second time, Fawaz had just taken over the club. And they had that mentality then. Completely different club to the first time I was there.
Right. Okay.
And it was, again, they were so desperate to get in the Premier League. So the mentality was, right, let's tick every box. Nutrition, masseurs, equipment, everything.
Yeah. Okay. So how, did that, obviously, the mentally, obviously, yeah, it would have made a difference, but did it make a lot of difference to physically, to your stats, what you had pre-season, during the season and stuff like that? Did it make a difference to your stats, what the, obviously, sports scientists would analyze you over
daily.
a period of time? Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And it was daily that you get analysed.
Yeah.
You know, you get weighed every day.
Yeah.
You do a urine test every morning. Not for drugs, just to see how hydrated you was.
Yes, yeah.
So it was every box got ticked.
Yeah.
You'd wear a heart rate monitor after training.
Was you using the vest at the time, Kelvin?
Yeah, the vest, the heart rate monitors.
Yeah.
The mask on running machines, so they can see your lung capacity and stuff.
Yeah.
So you know, there was no stone unturned.
Yeah, that's.
And mentally, it makes you feel like you tick the box as well.
Yeah.
Makes you feel like you're ahead of your opponent, kind of thing.
Opposition, yeah.
You're going into a game on a Saturday, and you think, what I've done all week, I don't think you've done more than me.
Yeah.
So mentally, that's one step ahead already.
Yeah. It's good to hear that. The game's changed so much now that
completely.
You know, I mean, I was speaking to an old pro, who you probably know, and I asked him, how did you used to prepare nutritionally for games, and he said, I used to just drink, water and bread and an orange. That was his pre-match meal. He was happy with that, you know what I mean? I said, didn't no one used to monitor? He said, no, everybody was just doing their own thing at the time, you know what I mean? And he played at a high level club, you know what I mean? But that's how it was then. It's how it is now, you know what I mean? And
but as well, I'm not Martin.
Yeah.
Players are different as well.
Yes.
So I remember playing with Wes Morgan.
Right.
So Wes loved a big plate of pre-match in the hotel. He would have a lot to eat.
Yeah.
So he'd want to fuel up.
Yeah.
Where I didn't have a lot of pre-match because I didn't want to feel heavy. I wanted to feel light. So I'd have a bit of pasta, some beans, and a piece of chicken.
Yeah.
And that would be me. But I wouldn't have breakfast that morning. I'd just have pre-match.
Right, okay.
So people are different.
True. I agree with you there. How much of this striving for data do you feel also has to do with the fact that obviously because you're commodity to the club, that they're just trying to get the best out of the investment and also trying to know that, okay, that's your way, but if that's your way and we can get more out of you, then obviously we're going to try and implement different things to get you monitored, so we can know that by Saturday at 3 o'clock, you're able to do a whole 90 minutes injury free, and you've got the energy to run up and down or hold your position on the pitch, what you're designated to do.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah,
because I was a bit stubborn. I was a bit like, this is my way. I've done it for X amount of years.
Yeah.
This is how I want to stay to it. But everything kind of got bigger and better. So the nutritionists would be like, no, try this way.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to buy into it. Because you're kind of stuck in your ways.
Right, okay.
But then you have to. Because the club made you.
Yeah.
And you do see difference. You do see a big difference. Because these guys, they've studied so much. They study everything, every movement, every inch of grass that you cover over a game.
Yeah.
Injuries, they monitor why you got injured and things like this. So you put your trust in them as well.
Yeah. Okay, that's the point, man. That really is the point. So the other question, Kelvin, is: can you remember the day that you faced Mr. Lionel Messi when Celtic played Barcelona?
Yeah.
How many times did you play against him?
Twice. So we played him at home. So we was in the same group, Champions League.
Yeah.
So we played him home and away. Yes. Listen, that team was probably the best club team ever.
Right.
They were brilliant, Iniesta, Xavi, Puyol, Busquets.
Yeah.
They had an unbelievable team. Dani Alves. So to come up to Messi, well, he was one of many good players.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was the best in the world at the time.
At the time, yeah.
He'd won so many Ballon d'Ors. So it gives you that extra bite.
Yeah.
You want to prove yourself. You want to prove that you belong at that level.
Yeah.
It was a tough night. It was a really tough night. But we won 2-1.
Yeah.
And we went through to the last 16. Which Celtic had never done. We was the first team to do that. So
yeah.
But we played Real Madrid. We played against Ronaldo.
Ronaldo as well. Okay.
We played against Inter Milan.
Yeah.
Eto. Played against Atletico Madrid. Juventus. But people only remember the Barcelona game.
Right.
Because of obviously the icon of Messi.
Yeah.
So going to Celtic was a massive opportunity for me.
Yeah.
And it paid off big time.
Right, okay.
Because you look at a lot of Premier League clubs, unless you go to United, City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, no other team's going to play in Champions League.
Yeah.
So this is what a lot of players don't realise. You can go and play for your Wolves and your Fulhams. No disrespect, they are good clubs.
Yeah.
But they're never going to be in the Champions League.
Yeah, that's true. So Kel, I know that you've got Lionel Messi's football top. Obviously, you must have asked him after the game. So what? How did that go? How did you manage to get that off him? Did you just go up to him after the game and say,
Well, we played them twice. Yeah,
I'll march you out the game. Can I have your top?
yeah. So when we played them at the new camp,
Yeah.
the clock, and it was like 87th minute, and I stood at the side of him, and I said, "Oh, can I get your top after?" And he was like, "Yes, of course." So I swapped with him there.
Yeah.
Game, and then when we played him at Parkhead,
Yeah.
which is Celtic's ground, I had a drugs test right after the game. So when you have a drugs test,
random drugs test, random.
Yeah. So what they do when they do a drugs test, 2 numbers out of a hat. So I was number 6. So they pulled number 6 out of the hat.
Right.
And it's number 6 from both teams. So Xavi was number 6. So he's the Barcelona manager now.
Okay.
So I went into the drugs testing room, and he was in there.
Right.
So I had a chat with him. So I swapped shirts with him. And he signed it for me, and I had a good chat and stuff. But to tell you, when we played Real Madrid, I swapped with Kaká.
Yes.
So I got Kaká's shirt.
Yeah.
And then when we played Juventus, Nicolas Anelka
Yeah.
was there.
The guy who used to play at Arsenal.
Yeah. So I swapped with him.
Liverpool. Yeah.
So I've got some great shirts with players that have, great memories that I played against.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Did you play under Neil Warnock as well? Neil Warnock, that character Neil Warnock.
No, Neil Lennon I played under.
Oh, Neil Lennon. Okay. Right, Kel. So, tips. Obviously there's a lot of people out there older guys and as well as young aspiring footballers what would surely like to have about 3 tips off you. What you would like to share, what you would like to share. Okay, what would inspire, motivate, a wise word for young aspiring academy players, what you would like to share. Okay, what you feel is something wise to say to help them.
I think for young players, especially nowadays, it's to stay humble.
Yeah.
You see a lot of players play 1 or 2 games for their club, and it goes to the head.
Yeah.
And then you don't see them again.
Yeah.
So for young players, I'd say stay humble and always want to learn.
Yeah.
Managers only play players that they can trust.
So again, managers
only play players or sign players that they can trust.
Right.
Because that manager's job is on the line, and he's putting his trust in his players to keep his job.
Yeah.
So if a manager can trust you, he's going to play you. So taking instructions on and listening to them instructions and applying them on the pitch.
Yeah.
A manager will trust you. Billy Davies trusted me. He signed me 3 times.
Yes.
He signed Paul McKenna twice.
Yes.
He signed players that he trusts.
Right, I get that.
And if you see other managers do that, other players keep going to clubs where the same managers because that manager trusts them.
Right. Okay.
So as a young player, listen, learn,
yeah,
and apply what they're telling you to do on the pitch. And stay humble.
Yeah. So one question I'm going to ask you there, Kelvin. So even, as you say, they're telling you to do something, even if you don't believe in what they're saying, it's a case of still do it.
1,000,000%, yeah.
Yeah.
This is he's the manager.
Yeah.
What he says is tactics is what the team has to do. So if you've got 10 players sticking to their jobs, and you're the only player that's not doing your job, they score through you not doing your job.
Yeah.
He can't trust you.
Yeah. That's a good point there, Kelvin. Very good point there. And there's loads of players what I know were brilliant, exceptional. Okay, I'm from the generation of Steve Shettle, right? There was players in Nottingham boys who were a lot better than, as far as I'm concerned, Steve Shettle.
I know Steve well, yeah.
Steve Shettle, When he was told to clean his boots, he'll clean his boots. When he was told to turn up in his tie, he'll turn up in his tie. When he's told to meet salutation at 8 o'clock in the morning, guess what? He's there. You have man rolling in with dirty boots and man giving Brian Smith argument. Brian Smith was at Ed then at the time, giving him argument. And as you said, my man just used to humble it, go about his work and just do the simple things. He wasn't the most pacist either, but he just had an attitude of a right attitude where there was other players better than him, but they would always give argument, would want to do it their way, even though they're told to do it a different way from the manager. You know what I mean?
Martin, we had a player at Celtic, Paddy McCourt.
Right.
He's an Irish boy. Probably the best trainer I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
He was, they called him the Derry Pelly. He's from Derry in Ireland.
Yeah.
I've never seen feet like it. It was brilliant. Five-a-side, absolutely unbelievable.
Right.
Just couldn't trust him in 11-a-side match. Wouldn't do his job. Wouldn't run back. Wouldn't tuck in. Wouldn't pass.
Yeah.
So the manager never played him. But fans would always say, why is Paddy not playing?
Yeah.
But they wouldn't see behind closed doors that he doesn't do the job.
I understand.
They just like fans like entertainment, step overs, and
that was him.
That was him, yeah. But fans like that. So they would ask why he's not playing. Being a football person and being in the changing rooms, he's not playing because he doesn't do his job.
Yes.
So that's how important it is to do your job for a manager and play for the team.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Point. So, Kel, what do you take out away from football? What you now still use in your day-to-day life?
I have a routine.
Routine? Yeah.
I don't. I'm fortunate enough not to have to get up and go to work too early in the morning and stuff.
Yeah.
But I set my alarm for 7 o'clock every single morning. Every morning, apart from weekends.
Okay.
So I'm up. And I'm out to the gym by 9 o'clock latest.
Yeah.
So that's my routine. You know, it's great for my mind.
Yeah.
It's great for having a routine. And physically as well. It's, you know, I'm 38 now, but I'm in better shape now than I was when I was playing.
Wow.
So that says a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So when you say you're in better shape, it's just, you literally, not literally.
Literally.
Or you're just wise. You're just wise as to know what you can do.
No, I'm in better shape. My body fat's better.
Yeah.
I'm more lean.
Yeah.
I think it's more because, as you probably know, Martin, as you get older, you've got to be more conscious in what you eat.
Yes.
And you know what you drink.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really drink alcohol anymore.
Right.
Which I did quite a bit, but I don't really drink. I eat a lot of protein.
Yes.
A lot of meat as well. So I've
what
changed.
Time do you go to bed, Kelvin? What time do you go to bed? What? No. On average day.
On average day, about 9:30.
9:30.
Late-ish, yeah.
That's very good. That's why you look so young, you know.
I try.
No, that's good. You know, 7 o'clock to get up. 9:30
every morning.
That's
Monday
very
to Friday.
Yeah. You see, these are the things what people need to know. Makes them sustain. Makes them sustain. Not only in a sporting arena, but in a business arena. Because a lot of clients what I have what are business owners, they are so consistent and disciplined with their rituals. They are so consistent and disciplined as to what time they get up, as to what time they go to bed. The rituals of what they do before they go to bed, the reading, the studying, you know, the fact that they lock off the phone at a certain point. It's all to do with their discipline. And when you look at somebody who's disciplined and somebody who's inconsistent with their discipline, you normally find that the person who's much more disciplined goes that bit more further.
And these things aren't. It's not a coincidence.
Right.
You know what I mean? These successful people in sport and in life.
Yeah.
You know, if you dig deep, see what their routines are, what their lifestyles are. It's not a coincidence.
That's right. That's right. You know what they're willing to take on board as regards stress levels, stress levels in people. You know what they put up with people. You find that they don't put up with a lot of nonsense. Okay, they don't put up with people's BS.
You know what? I'm human as well. So
Yeah.
I think everyone gets stressed at some point. I've got two young kids, so
Yeah,
I get stressed. So but what I've learned, take myself away from situations.
yeah,
You know, or try and dead it straight away. If it's a problem or a situation happening, try and resolve it there and then.
here and then, yeah.
You know, not fuel it by being aggressive and arguing back.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've got to disagree to agree. You know, you can't always agree, both of you. Whoever that may be, your partner, a work colleague. Sometimes you agree to disagree and you move on.
Yeah. But as you say, Kelv, there's some things what you have to take on board as stress. Your kids, as you say, that is something what is worth every.
Of course.
Yeah. And then there's some things what just ain't worth it. What you just have to discard because you can do without. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely, as life goes on, I'm realizing as life goes on, it gets a lot easier when you can respectfully discard certain things and certain people out your life. Okay,
1,000,000%.
And obviously bringing a lot of people that gravitate to you and bring a lot of positive vibes to you and a lot of interest in you. Yeah, I mean, it can't be one-sided where you're always interested in somebody and they're not interested in you. It has to be a two-way thing, you know what I mean?
Of course, and having positive people around you.
Yeah.
You know, it makes a massive difference.
Massive.
You know, I've had friends, really good friends that are just negative people in general.
Yeah.
I've slowly took myself away from them.
Yeah.
And again, you notice a massive difference.
Yeah.
You know, just in your own behaviour, in your own thoughts.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a true saying as well.
Yeah.
Surround yourself with positive people.
Yeah. Question, Kelvin. You know when you was playing, obviously in Jamaica there's a thing where they say when things are running right for you, in the sense of not that nothing's running wrong for you, but when things are up for you, there's a trailer load of people behind you asking for this and asking for that. And when the thing done now, these people you don't kind of see or you don't hear from them. You know what I mean? Or they may not ask you for tickets, or they don't want to go drinking no more, or they're not asking you to get top signing and all that kind of thing. Can you relate to that?
Oh, 1,000,000%, yeah. That's you know, that happens.
Yeah.
In the industry that you're in as a footballer, though, that's an obvious thing. Because, you know, you live in 90% of every man's dream.
Right.
So it's understandable that these people want to be around you and ask you a million questions. You know, what happens behind closed doors?
Yes.
You know, I'm 38 and I've been retired 7 years. I get asked probably 10 times a week still. What was it like playing against Lionel Messi?
Yeah.
Was he that good? Have you got his shirt? I get asked, what's his shirt smell like? No, I get these questions. So. Every man's dream. So not just boys, it's every man's dream.
Yeah.
A footballer. So I understand that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It does get a little bit frustrating at times, but I do remind myself, like, I'm one of the really, really blessed ones that got to live that dream that these guys did.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes you've got to, you know, bite your lip and just listen to what people have got to say and answer some questions.
Yeah.
Because we're blessed. So blessed with what we got to do.
You know what? I remember that one night we went out in Huddersfield and we went to a family. It was a family party, and I remember. Yeah, you didn't want to be addressed as being a footballer. I remember that. You know what I mean? You were so humble within yourself. It was not what you wanted to be addressed at. It was quite easy to say, yeah, this is Kelvin, you know, and he's a professional. It was quite easy. You
Of
didn't
course,
want
yeah.
that. So you know what I mean? That's respect there, because although you was a professional footballer, you know more than that. You're a human being.
And that's more so now,
Amongst
you know.
human beings, amongst human beings. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's even more so now. When I go places with friends or with partners in the past, especially, okay, for instance, when I go on holiday,
Yeah.
if I'm going with an ex-partner that I've been with, it would be, I'd say on the plane, I'm a PT or I'm a fireman. Because you know people around the pool, when you meet people on the beach,
Yeah.
oh, so where you guys from? What do you do?
Yeah.
I never liked to say I was a footballer because I didn't want to. I was away from that. I didn't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
So it was nice just to be, like you just said, a human being.
Yeah. That's good. Right, Kel. So, are you still coaching at the moment?
No, I took a step back from that.
Took a step back from it now.
Yeah,
right?
I just need a little break from football at the minute.
Yeah. Okay. Right, yeah. So, Kel, man, all I can say is thank you.
No, you're welcome, Martin.
I know you've got to go, and I've got to go. I've got my next client in an hour. You've got to do the school run. Again, thank you very much for taking time out in your day to do the podcast. I sincerely thank you for that. And yeah, continue to be the humble human being that you are. And trust me, I hope life goes on strength to strength. Whatever you desire to do in life and what you want to still achieve out of life, that you achieve it, okay, and you are blessed, and those around you are blessed, okay, your kids are blessed, and everybody around you, okay.
Martin, I appreciate that, man.
Filled with positive energy day to day, you know what I mean?
100%,
That's what it's about. Have you got anything else to add on to anything else, Kelvin?
No, it's a pleasure, you know. Anytime I can try and help anyone with words,
yeah,
you know, I'm more than happy to do that. So yeah, it's been a pleasure being on here.
Yeah, brilliant. Have a great evening, Kelvin. Yeah,
and you, Martin, top man.
Yeah, one love. Yeah, bye for now.
Take it easy.
Bye.